Welcome back to Simrite Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this class, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful flounce ruffles. Okay, so I'll be showing you the easiest method to go about this flounce ruffles. You can attach to your basic sleeve. As you can see on the thumbnail right there, we have these ruffles made twice, but for the purpose of this tutorial I just did one. So whatever thing you see right here done on this sleeve will be replicated 4 times. Okay, 2 on one side of the sleeve and 2 on the other side of the sleeve. So if this is what you want to learn in this class, please stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. I'll be showing you how to make these beautiful ruffles. We have a ruffle, on the sleeve. So in this class, I'll be showing you the easiest method to go about it. So the first thing we want to do is to make a base. I'm using this paper to make a base for our ruffle. So our ruffle is actually going to have a base of which we'll use to cut. So what I'm doing here, I've folded the first, and this is the second. Okay, I just want to cut out a full circle. Of course, you know how to go about your full circle design. So from the tip of this, I'm going to mark out 4 inches. That is the base I'm using for this ruffle. 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches. So this is my circle. So I'm going to cut it out right away. So I have my full circle. So if you feel this is going to be big for you, of course I think it's going to be big, so let's cut, instead of cutting 4, let us do 3 inches instead, because we'll still sew our ruffles on it. So 4 inches is actually going to be too big, so I'm doing 3 inches. So you can still do 4 inches. It depends on how big you want your. So I think what we have here is moderate and fine. So I'll be using this pattern. This is my base of the ruffles. So this pattern right now, I'm going to use it to cut. I'm doing this for only the one sleeve. Okay, so I'm going to sew this ruffle on only one sleeve. So whatever I do here, that is what you are going to do for the rest of the 4 ruffle designs. So I'll just go ahead and cut my So what I did was to add my seam allowance. I added my seam allowance right here. And I'm going to cut a stay for the base as well. So this stay I'm cutting for the base. I'll just simply place what I have right here. Okay, so I'm using a half stay for the cutting of the base. So I'm done. I'm going to take off the pattern right now. So I'm going to find the right side. So this is my right side. What I have on top is the right side. So I'll pick up the right side and I will place I'm placing this. This is how it should be. This is it. Right side, okay? Wrong side. That is right and right. So I will flip this to the back and sew. So I'll go to the machine now. I'll sew it round and open up a little space somewhere here now. So I'll quickly sew it round and bring it, turn it and show you what next. You can see I've stitched around to this point and I stopped. So I'll just go ahead and trim off so I'll be able to turn. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'll be able to turn. So I'll go to that space and I'm going to turn it very carefully. Very. So you can see I've turned it. So the next thing I'm going to do now, this part that is open, I'm going to fold it a little in and top stitch on top of it gently. So I'll do that now, give it a good press, and I'll bring it back to show you what I've ironed it out and I've stitched close this part. So the next thing we want to do now is to start marking out the position for the ruffle. So I will get the center front as if you are making a spiral flounce. So I just make a mark and I'll just go ahead with my discretion. So you have to make sure the gap you have on your ruffles are the same. Okay, so there's no actual measurement, just be creative with it. So I'm going to sew my ruffle and it terminates somewhere here. Can you see that? So for my ruffles, I'm making use of this satin fabric as well. So my satin fabric for my ruffles, I'm going to place it on fold. So when I place it on fold, I'm going to make the ruffle. It depends on how you want to make it actually, okay, how big you want it. So here I'm using 3 inches. So by the time I serge and sew 0.5, I'll have the whole of my ruffle at 2.5. So this is the 2.5 width of the ruffle, and I think it's okay to make this ruffle. So if you open it up, you'll be having 6 inches, and if you place it on fold, you'll be having 3 inches. So I will advise you go to your serger and serge, put it together as one before you sew. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I will not be serging. I will go over to the machine now to show you how to sew these ruffles. So we are going to start the sewing from here. Okay, we'll keep going till we terminate at the center. So whatever I do here, that is what I'm going to do for the rest of them. On the thumbnail there, you can see we have 4 of it, but I'm making 1 sleeve, which is 2 of the ruffles. So let's go to the machine to sew now. So it's high time for us to start sewing the ruffles. So like I said, you need to serge all of this. Okay, you need to weave it and make it clean. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I just want to start sewing. So I'll just fold in this part, okay, believing I've serged. So I'm sewing on the chalk line and I'm making my ruffle on the chalk line, sewing at 0.5. So you can see I folded the first one. So you have to position the ruffles. Okay, so here you can see my pleats are going one side, but this time I just want to do something different, like a kissing pleat. So you have to make your ruffles, you know, I did a kissing pleat, I did a box pleat. I'll keep doing different kinds of pleats. You can do different kinds of pleats. You can also have the pleats so I just feel like making kissing pleats. So as you are sewing on the chalk line, you will notice that you are returning back to the midline. Okay, so at this point you need to be creative while sewing these ruffles, so you actually know what you want and how it's turning out as well. So you can see I started from the outer chalk line and I'm sewing into so you can make it very closer, you can make it less closer. So I'll keep sewing till I get to the midline right now. So you keep making random pleats, as you can see me do right here. So I'm making my random pleats following the lines. Pleats, as I'm moving, I'm making my pleats. So I'm taking it on the chalk line I marked already. So I'm making the pleats on the chalk line. Like I said, pleats can be anything, any design. So I don't have enough fabric here, but I believe you understand what we are talking about here. So you just go till you get to the center line. Okay, but for now I'll stop here, and I believe you understood how to go about these ruffles. So this is what I have at the back of my ruffle, and this is what I have at the front of it. So all I'm going to do now is your strip is supposed to finish up and close up to this center point. Okay, so as you keep rotating it, it stops at that point. So you might decide to use maybe a black rose flower to cover that place using your hemming gum. Okay, so if I have maybe a flower right now patch, of course I don't have any, all you need to do is with your hemming gum, you just, you know, open the gum and use the flower to cover it. So if you are making exactly what we have on the thumbnail, you need these ruffles. You need these ruffles about 4 of it. You'll be making or repeating this exercise 4 times, and I'll be showing you how to place it on your basic sleeve now. So this is the result of my the ruffles we just made. So these ruffles right now, this is my basic sleeve pattern which you are going to cut on your fabric. So to place these ruffles, you'll be placing it the way the center point will be tacked. So you can go ahead and tack. You can also run a machine stitch to it before you cover with your rose. So if this is my fabric right now, I will just go to the machine now and stitch here to hold it on. Can you see? After that, the next one, if I have 2 of it, the next one will come here and I'll still go and turn it. So at the end of the day, we have these pleats 1 and 2. So the base, remember we cut 3 inches. You can even cut 2 inches because it's looking big to me right here. So this is how to go about it, and you make it for the bow sleeves. That is why I said you need 4 of this to replicate this design. Okay, so the style is actually gorgeous, and that is how we come to the end of this class. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you for coming, and see you in the next class. Bye.